Alright, ladies and gentlemen, once again, your boy the man, NJ2TheCity with the number 2 and TO. Let's go. So, some conscious things that I'm thinking about right now on my mind. So, once again, you're going to hear a lot of different music going forward, talking about a lot of different issues, a lot of different personal life problems, and a lot of different family matters. A lot. But I want you to understand there are certain words that I am so conscious, and sometimes you would probably think, well, depending on what vice you get, your NJ2TheCity news from, you're probably going to think that, well, I'm not kidding, I've said it a million times, not perfect. Sometimes I'm going to say some things that are not the most popular, but make the most sense. And sometimes I'm going to just give my more honest opinion and takes rather than giving PC versions for the kids. Even though PC is usually what I give like 97% of the time on my Snapchat and or really all my social media. So that's why I said depending on which device you get your NJ2TheCity news from. But with that being said, I want everybody to totally understand these ordinance when it comes to my brand and the future of my brand. There's certain words that as I'm thinking about it, certain words that are so dirty. I don't mean dirty because they're explicit words, just so dirty because the meaning of them are just so foul and so negative and so horrendous. I can't even say it in music, or I don't feel comfortable saying it in music. And also because, like I keep saying on countless occasions, I am so aware that people are just willing and waiting to reach no matter what the situation is. Now, another big part of me says that at 22 years old, going forward in my life, I'm going to have to just stop caring about some of these reachings, and I'm just going to have to put out what I want to put out and let the music speak / let God judge me and see where he continues to guide me when it comes to making more efforts and making less mistakes. Because I want people to understand there are indeed certain words that I will not say, not because they are explicit, but because they just sound so negatively nasty to me. I just don't want, I'm so conscious of what the kids hear from me. I don't want the kids to hear certain things from me. My audience is very directly kid based, and I want people to understand that. I am proud of that base, proud of that audience that I've built. Because dare I say, God bless all my middle schoolers out there, but you only turn 11 once, you only turn 12 once, you only turn 13 once, you only turn 14 once, you only turn 15 once. You're only getting older, but by God's grace, but yeah, actually, what I told myself at 22, turning 22 years old, I'm only getting younger. So dare I say, you're only getting younger, but you're also getting older in age, though. You're only getting younger in spirit, but you're always getting older in age to an extent, whichever one, how you want to flex that. But the thing is, I'm so conscious of what those middle schoolers hear from me because they are a majority of this audience that I promote to all the time. But I have no problem doing that because I am a youth empowerment artist for the most part. 97% of every bit of music that I make is directly dedicated to the kids of any age group, but definitely amongst a lot of the ones that know me of the middle school and high school age groups. And particularly the middle school age groups, I don't want them to hear any, negative garbage words from me. And when I mean negative garbage in terms of, like I say, words that are dirty, but they're not explicit. And I just don't want kids to hear, certain things from me no matter what. And I'm just so conscious. And I'm thankful I'm this conscious, but also I can't stand that I'm this conscious. I'm thankful that I'm conscious of the message that I put out there for the kids or anybody who watches my videos, listens to my music. But I'm also disturbed that I'm this conscious because I really wish and do believe eventually, don't know when, but eventually I'm going to have to just let some of these words go. Let some of these words fly and see where I get with them because, that's why I believe it's the building of the ground base that I got to keep on doing because I want people to understand. I do believe that I'm stressing over nothing with a lot of these words, but I also want people to understand whether I'm reaching or I'm not, or not reaching, stressing or not with some of these words, I know what my business is. I know what my brand is. I know what I want to stand for and represent in life, love, living, sports, you name it. I want to represent, and I always have, something godly special for the kids to once again grow into their best self with gather hope, healing, inspiration, character counts, you name it, from me, your boy, the man, NJ to the City, Big Brother Ambassador. And with that being said, a lot of parents, I definitely want the parents, any parent that might be watching this, to understand that. That is how much you can trust that I am one of the best role models your child can ever get, probably will ever find in 2020. Because I am so conscious of my message in any form of entertainment it is, but particularly my music that I hold and cherish so dearly to my heart. It is literally because I'll write words that I will later on not even record because once again, I am so conscious of what these kids hear from me. Let alone I'm also so conscious that people can and will reach on me. And I don't want to give anybody ammunition to do that. Because I know we live in a reaching, race baiting culture where people are once again like it's easy to not complete a verse and just take a 5 second clip from that verse and paint a new narrative or try to paint a new narrative and so on and so on. Like I'm telling you, God bless all my middle schoolers, all my little brothers and little sisters of the next generation. But I have to make music, you know, the way I deem fit. And what that means is, I have to make music supporting everybody. And that's what I want to do. Make music supporting my little sisters, make music supporting my little brothers. I want to make music supporting both. But the problem is, with that being said, is that I have this also, again, in the back of my head that says, indeed, watch the words that you say here and there, particularly in music, because that's the one thing you can, go back and rewind versus I say it to your face. All you can do is try to recount it, and I can easily deny it. Versus, once again, it's right there in music. How can I, or even on video, how can I possibly deny it when either my voice is in it or my face and voice, etc., etc. And I want people to understand I'm very conscious of what the kids hear from me. I am a role model, / I am the role model for your kids, and I pride myself very much in holding myself to the highest regards with that title and with that prestige. I want everyone to understand when it comes to being a role model and or even a big brother to your kid, I want you to understand, boy or girl, I have reputation, I have standards, I have goals, I have efforts, I have efficiency, you know. 99.9% of all my content that I promote on the channel, let alone my social media and more, is, at least when it comes to kids, it's all directly towards bringing out the best in I'm gonna say your little one. It's all towards bringing out the best in them. There's a reason why I am so, so driven to adopt all your kids into my flock and claim them as my own and or claim them as my little brother and little sister of the next generation. There's a reason why I'm so driven towards that, because I am very much driven by youth development. I'm driven by, indeed, like I say, you only turn 11 once, you only turn 13 once, you only turn 14 once, even though I skipped the number. You get the point. You only turn these ages once and you keep on growing older, hopefully cleaner, wiser, stronger, bigger, better, etc., etc., etc. You only, turn these ages once, and through that, I want to help your kid the best of my God's willing and abilities. Take those years and do something great with each and every last one of them. Make less mistakes, make more moves, and be energized by more peace and more, more healing, I guess you could say. And like I say, I am definitely your number one youth empowerment guy. If you were to personally ask me, that's even though I keep adding words to the brand, slogans, really, not names, but really slogans, and mottos to the brand. But that's what NJ to the City brand is. NJ to the City is me. I'm NJ to the City, and that's what my brand represents. That's what the NJ to the City brand represents. That's what my name brand represents. I represent this for the kids. I want them to learn from me, build off of me, and grow with me. I want to walk with your child in their faith. I want to walk with your child, guiding them through their love life. I want to walk with your child, mentoring them through sports, being their sports mentor. I want to walk with your child through how to conduct themselves when it comes to also how to live, how to grow, thrive, and prosper with relationships, and I guess you could say maintaining a house or whatever the word might be. And maybe not fully maintaining a house. I don't know everything about maintaining a house, but you understand what comes to responsibility, character, morals, things you cannot put a price tag on, but are truly found in Jesus Christ's name, which strengthens you to make you a better person. And with that being said, I have a lot of songs coming for everybody. I have songs coming from my sisters, songs coming from my brothers, songs coming for just God first, everybody. And I want everybody to understand, when it comes to this music, take it in and digest it the way it's supposed to be. Don't don't take it and try to, negatively weaponize it for anything. Which I'm just saying, I know that that can happen. Well, and with that being said, all parents out there, forgive me if I am just a stress case that that just loves to overthink, subliminally loves overthinking. I don't even know it, because even I'm over here listening to my own music and I'm thinking to myself, you know, I'm an explicit rapper in the disguise of a clean rapper. To an extent. Because what that means is, trust me, I can write just as explicit as your favorite explicit artist. I just choose not to because I want to represent something for the kids. I want them to learn from me. I want them to look up to me, and I want them to look up to me in an honorable type way. But it's also the matter of saying I want kids to absolutely learn how to be the best version of themselves through me. I want the kids to absolutely be energized through my character. I want them to learn how to develop hospitality from my morals, if any of that makes sense, and so on. But that is another topic that I want to get on. I'm literally an explicit rapper in disguise of a clean rapper because I promise to God I can rap just as explicit as your favorite explicit rapper. I just choose not to because I am too conscious of what the kids hear from me, and I don't want them to hear any bad language from me, and I mean more so curse words. And I don't want them to hear any sort of, just, dare I say, smut that you hear from other explicit rappers. You know, instead of promoting guns, I'm promoting Bibles. Instead of promoting liquor, I'm promoting holy water. And instead of promoting drugs, I'm promoting, I don't even know which one to put there. I was on a roll for the first two. I don't even know what to put there. But let me try, though. Okay, instead of promoting drugs, I'm promoting natural healings, if that makes sense. Things that come natural from the earth to help heal us naturally, more green wise, and so on. You get the point, etc. And that's the biggest difference. Trust me, I could rap about all the negatives if I really, 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 really wanted to, or glorify them if I wanted to. I just do not care to do that because every time I even hear other people play the music, I'm thinking to myself, like, are you kidding me right now? Like, why does like 99.9% of your catalog conduct of the same old trash? Now I want people to understand in terms of my music catalog, in terms of what I listen to. I've been listening to a lot of alternative music these days, but I'm definitely into all sorts of music. But I can assure you, like, for example, Drake and The Weeknd, they are very much, like, they have substance to their music. They have substance, they have stories, they have meaning to their music. Of course, they still have a few, drug references and maybe a gun bar or whatever they got here and there. But they still have more substance, more meaning, more clarity, more stories to their lyrics. And that's why totally both of them, let alone Drake himself, has been breaking all these records over and over and over again because he has the authenticity, he has the storytelling, he has the, dare I even say, the character, he has the agility, he has the flows, he has the breaking of the bars. I mean, he has it. And The Weeknd, I promise, The Weeknd literally, I promise you, he writes like a rapper. I promise you, The Weeknd writes like a rapper, but he sings. That's the number one thing I've learned from The Weeknd. His lyricism is like the lyricism of a rapper, but he just sings though, and so on. But I want people to understand that about who I am and the music that I make. I make youth empowerment music, but trust me, I could be just as explicit as your favorite explicit rapper, but I don't want to do that because I want to represent something for the kids. I want your kid to be able to honorably look up to me and be able to honorably play my music anywhere without fearing that things are gonna be bleeped out or they're gonna hear a curse word that they shouldn't hear. Now, when it comes to me possibly making any explicit music, if I ever did, it's not gonna be explicit music where you hear me drop f-bombs every two words. It's gonna be very limited cursing, and dare I even say cursing with a purpose, if that even makes any sense. In terms of things, subject matters, and so on. But for the most part, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep my catalog 110% clean. at least as far as I'm feeling now. Because I think that I guess because I've been doing this so long, I don't see a full reason to even change it a little bit. But I don't really know. More coming soon. Your boy, man, NJ to the city. Out. Peace.